All right, fellas, let's cut right through the fantasy. If you're handing over cash, you're not dating, you're a client. I'm Mary Knight, and after over a decade as an escort and madam, I've seen way too many men mistake chemistry for connection. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly where the line is, why you keep stepping over it, and what to do before this confusion costs you more than just money. You didn't mean to get tangled up in this. You told yourself from the beginning you knew exactly what this was. But now you're checking your phone, looking for her texts, a lot more than you'd like to admit. And you were wondering if she really meant it when she said that you were different. You're analyzing the tone of her texts, trying to figure out if she really meant it when she said, "Love you, babe." Maybe she did mean it. But here you are wondering why this feels so real, why you're so confused, and maybe even a little jealous. All right, so let's clear this up, because this is where a lot of good men lose their grip on reality. This dynamic is not new. This happens to every escort many times in her career. Some men, maybe even smart, successful men, feel something deep and assume that she does too. He mistakes her kindness for connection, attention for affection, willingness for desire. And before long, he's planning a future with her. Sometimes he even proposes. I did a video on this a while back where I shared how one of my clients proposed, and I seriously considered it. And during my time escorting, I had 3 serious proposals. So this is not rare. And it's not because these men are stupid. It's because this is designed to feel real. That's the job. That's what you paid for. So when it does feel real to you, don't mistake that rush for reality. That high you're chasing, it's just the illusion doing its job. So take it as a warning that you need to back off. This is especially true if you identify as a nice guy, because this kind of emotional confusion is your blind spot. Paid or not, you're already primed to overgive, to project your longings onto women, to fill in the blanks with who you hope she is. And if you've been sexually deprived for a long time, if this is the only woman that you're touching, the only woman who's looking you in the eye and making you feel like a man, you're starving. And when you're starving, a crumb looks like a meal. It doesn't matter that you're paying. It doesn't matter that she's seeing other men. You start telling yourself that this is different because I'm different. I'm special. And what we have is special, but it's not. And she's not the only woman that this dynamic has ever happened to you with. This is the same pattern that plays out with that hot bartender or that really cute barista or that flirty waitress at your favorite cafe. Well, what do all these situations have in common? You're the customer, right? And you're mistaking good customer service for personal interest. And one of the hardest pills to swallow with an escort is she might genuinely like you. You have great conversations. It feels intimate, but you're feeling something different for her than she's feeling for you because she has multiple men providing her with income, attention, intimacy, orgasms. So the emotional weight isn't balanced, and it can't be. The emptiness that you feel when she leaves, she doesn't feel that. And on the rare off chance that she might, that emptiness is not because of you, and it's none of your business. A lot of men hear some version of, "Oh, well, I'm just escorting temporarily. I'm paying for school. I graduate next fall. I'm paying off debt and I'll be out of debt soon. Or I'm taking care of my dad. He just has 6 months to live." You know, sometimes that is true, but more often it's marketing. It's what makes you feel like you're helping her, like you're part of something, like you're the one man that she trusts. She gives you her real name, her personal email. She tells you things that she hasn't told anyone else. Maybe that's true, but she's telling you that as part of the service, not because you're some exception. And here's the real question. If she has no other way to support herself and no concrete plan to leave, how are you ever going to have a real relationship with her? Some of y'all say, "I'll support her." If I show her our love is real and I can afford to help her transition out of the work, I'm going to do it. But that isn't love. That is a rescue mission. And that's where it gets truly complicated, because you're now moving from a transaction into a massive ask. You're asking her to trade professional autonomy, independent income, her freedom, her established identity for financial dependence on you. You're making her entire new life conditional on your relationship. So if you're thinking like this, I want you to ask yourself 3 things about that reality. The first is the love question. How will you ever know if she quit because she genuinely loves you, or if she quit because it was the only viable exit ramp? That fundamental doubt will always live in your relationship. The second is the burden question. Are you prepared to take on the role of her sole financial lifeline, effectively becoming the only client she has? Do you truly want to carry the burden of that kind of dependency? And the third is the aftermath question, and I know this from personal experience. Even if she quits for you, even if she quits for herself, about 2 to 3 months, she'll hit a wall. Because quitting isn't just about having money saved. It's about readiness, resolve, discipline. And it's also dealing with all of these feelings and thoughts that you've been shoving down for all the years that you were working. It's like having this cumulative attack of the willies. And most men, even the most kind-hearted ones, aren't ready for what that messy, serious self-work actually looks like. You can't retire a woman. You might try, and you might mean it, but it's not going to stick for her unless she makes that fundamental internal shift all by herself. And it has nothing to do with how sweet you are, how generous you are, or how serious your feelings are. So let me be clear. That support is your fantasy. Most women who escort place a very high value on freedom. Her need for independence is one of the reasons that she's escorting. And some of y'all might even say, well, I'm totally okay with her still escorting. I'm not trying to control her. I just figured if our love is real, that she'll want to quit eventually. Well, let me tell you something, okay? The only time a woman quits this work is when she is damn good and ready. It has nothing to do with how sweet, kind, generous, or serious a man is about her. Quitting isn't just about financial security. It's a complete shift in her identity. She has to see herself different, her life different, know that different things are possible for her. And that kind of change can never be forced from the outside. I have never once had a man say, I want to build this serious relationship with this woman, and I'm fine with her continuing to have sex with other men for money. Not one single time. Because it always comes with that caveat of, I figured that because she really loves me and because I'm different, that my love will make her want to quit. That is your fantasy. It's not her plan. Because for realsies, you will never know who she is because she doesn't want you to. You know the persona, the curated story, the edited version, the woman who says she only sees a couple of clients, the woman who treats you like you're the only one. You think you know her, but you know the version of her that she has built to survive. And that version of her is very good at her job. So good that you forgot that it was her job. If you're caught in something that feels like love, but you're paying for access, you need clarity, not another appointment with her. Because the most expensive moment isn't about the payment. It's the emotional cost of staying confused. And I can help you move from fantasy to reality. So right now, take the first step. Sign up for my free newsletter. Links are in the show notes. And I'll send you a short, powerful guide called 3 Lies All Men Tell Themselves About the Women They Pay. That'll immediately help you separate her persona from her person. The first step here is getting honest, because this confusion doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. And now's the time to get honest. So stop fantasizing and move forward. Because if you're still handing over cash and calling it connection, you're not in a relationship. You're in a role play. And the only one who doesn't know that this is a game is you. Thank you so much for listening. As always, it's my honor to be here with y'all. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, why not? It's fast, it's fun, it's easy, it's free, and you just might learn something. Okay, bye for now.